How's it going, everybody? My name is Jason McCullough. This is all music for my sanity. What the fuck is wrong with me? I was fever blister. There's one. But besides that, I had something happen this weekend, and it kind of brought everything around to the idea of perspective, right? And so this weekend, Friday night specifically, and I'm kind of still nursing a pretty significant headache. Um, my dumbass got carbon monoxide poisoning. Went to the urgent care on Saturday morning because I woke up at like 3 in the morning. The worst headache I've ever had in my life. But I guess it technically wasn't because I've had carbon monoxide poisoning before. And it was years and years ago when I was a truck driver. Um, so I thought I had proper ventilation for the heater in my garage, but apparently I did not. And so I was just hanging out, working on guitars, hanging out, talking on the phone when I was in my garage. Nice and toasty, not knowing that I was basically killing myself. Um, so again, it comes back to perspective. I'm so lucky I didn't pass out. I'm lucky I didn't get dizzy and nauseous at that point. Glad I got out of there without, I didn't even realize it. So years ago, and again, this is all about perspective. Years ago, I was a truck driver and I was working for this really shady ass company out of Chicago. And I had to take a short trip to Cleveland, which honestly paid like 250 bucks. So not really a lot of money, especially not when you consider your life, at risk. So I drove to Cleveland, got there a little bit early, and it was a windy day. I'll never forget this. It was windy, which also doesn't make sense. How the hell I got carbon monoxide poisoning? But so I'm driving a truck I've never driven before. This is somebody else's truck, and they don't maintain it very well, apparently. And there's a particular model, and I can get into why it all happened, but that's just so the ventilation unit sits underneath the hood of the truck. Problem is, when she hit about 1,000,000 miles, just the constant vibration and shaking breaks the seals. And so that whole big plastic unit kind of falls inside, pulls away from the firewall and goes to, opens up a little bit. Well, turbos have a constant, especially on semi trucks, have a constant blow by thing, exhaust blow by. It's a pressure regulator. So that it ventilates into the engine compartment, which should not make it into the cab, but because the seal for the AC unit was busted, the ventilation unit, it was blowing all this exhaust into the cab. And I took a nap, and it was about, I don't know, 20 something degrees outside. I took a nap, 'cause, I got there early. I figured whatever. It's about, I don't know, man, an hour, 2 hours later, my phone rings. My dispatch is calling me saying, "Hey, Jason, where are you at, man?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm right out front of the place. They're not open yet." They're like, "Oh, no, they just opened. They're asking where you are." I'm like, "Dude, I'm right out front." And I started getting real dizzy. Like, whoa. Like, the most incredible loss of control. Like, uh-oh. And something inside me just told me, like, get out of the truck, get out of the truck, get out of the truck. So I'm wearing jeans and I'm wearing what I'm wearing now, jeans and a t-shirt and socks. And I get out of the truck and I'm like, just trying to breathe. And I'm like, oh God, I'm so dizzy. I sit down. And I get my phone out to call 911. And I'm trying to dial and I black out. Don't know how long I was on the curb, but I don't think it was very long because I didn't get hypothermia or anything. But I think I was probably out for a couple minutes. Nobody came to look at me or anything, but whatever. Woke up, I look at my phone. It wasn't dialing 911 at all. I was calling my wife. Anyways, yeah. And so I didn't even know what was going on. I was still dizzy and just loopy. So I get in the truck and I back it up and get into the dock and do everything I need to do there. And I call, and then I realize, holy shit, that was carbon monoxide. So I call my dispatch and I tell them, what happened. And again, I'm not even thinking straight. So then I drive the truck back to Chicago with the windows open. But I shouldn't have, because my brain was so foggy. But if my brain was foggy, I couldn't really make good decisions. That's scary. That is very, very scary. I was probably 10 minutes away from dying, because I wouldn't have woke up. If she would have called me 10 minutes later, I probably wouldn't have woke up, because like I said, I barely made it out of the truck and blacked out. I mean, that is insane. And it's still a little traumatizing, especially because of what just happened. I just got carbon monoxide poisoning from my heater in my garage. And dude, it could have gone so much worse. It could have gone so far south. Again, I could have died. That's scary, man. It's very scary. However, I could look at those two instances and many other instances in my life and go, why me? Why me? Why do I have all this shit fucking luck? Why do I have all these things happening? And oops, somebody's calling. I don't want to talk to. But why do I have all this shit luck? All these things are happening that are completely out of my control. I don't look at it that way. I look at it as bad things are going to happen in your life, completely out of your control. They're going to happen to you, or they're going to happen to somebody else. I like to think there's a universal balance of good and bad. I really do. And if I have to handle some of that bad, I know that I can, that means maybe somebody else doesn't have to. Maybe I could take one for the team. That's actually, that's the way I look at a lot of things. If I have the ability to take a burden, I'll take it. Every chance I get, I will take your burden. I'll take anybody's burden. That's just who I am. So that's that kind of universal balance thing. I'm a little bit of a hippie, maybe. But why me? Right? No, that's not the way I look at it. I go, holy shit, I'm so stupidly lucky. That is absolute dumb luck. Dumb luck at its best. Because why would my dispatcher call me? She never calls me. And I was parked right out front. They could have just opened the door and looked. Literally, it's the only truck. But why would they never call? And it was weird, because it was like a Saturday or something, and usually dispatch isn't even in. But they called. And I woke up, and that saved my life the other night. If I'd have been out there longer, I might have blacked out. I don't know. But, I didn't. That's stupid. That's super lucky. As many times I've had a lot of things happen that, bad stuff that turned out okay, and I think that's kind of, I say it all the time, man, is most of what happens in your life, you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react, and how you process that information. My sister passing away, there's no good about that, other than the fact that she's no longer in pain, and a few other things. But again, it's about perspective. It sucks. Is it fair? It doesn't have to be fair. That's just life, man. But how do you process it? Well, you try and find the good. You try to take that energy, that negative energy, that sadness, the sorrow, and use it as a motivator to do something bigger and better. To honor that person, to honor yourself. So, life's about perspective. So I've had a lot of really unfortunate things happen to me directly. And I've done my best to handle them as in the most controlled manner that I can, which isn't always controlled. But I always try to find that positivity, that there's almost, if there's nothing positive to take away from a negative, at least you can learn a lesson, which I guess is a positive too. So yeah, guys, just want to share that with you because obviously it's a little, I guess I'm processing it now. A little scary, a little stupid of me, and but I'm here, still here. I'm doing all right. Uh, very, very happy, very fortunate, and just want to share it with you guys. So thanks, guys. Once again, my name is Jason McCullough. This is All Music for My Sanity. What the fuck is wrong with me? Cheers.